This brings us to one Vivek Ramaswamy. He and I recorded a number of podcasts, which I greatly enjoyed. That started before he was running for office.
Kennedy strikes me as much of a bull in the china shop on the Democrat front as Trump was on the Republican front. And I've been following you regularly on Twitter and watching how you've been being treated in the press, and I want to get back to that at some point.
What happens when a rising political star, a disruptor of capitalism and culture, meets the keen psychoanalytic mind of Jordan Peterson? You get a fascinating intersection of ideas, personalities, and a new vision for the future. Vivek Ramaswamy isn't just another politician vying for attention. He's a force shaking the foundations of the establishment. And Peterson reveals a lot of the reasons why he's capturing the public's imagination.
I think that there are a couple of unique attributes here for me. One is it just does take somebody who comes in as an outsider. You cannot be beholden to the existing system.
What can I say about Vivek's personality? He is extroverted, both on the assertive and enthusiastic side, characterized by more positive emotion overall than anyone else we have discussed. He's also very high in openness, both to ideas and, as far as I could tell, on the artistic, cultural side. He shares those traits with Trump, Musk, and Kennedy, although less so, although she is still far above average in such regard, than Gabbard.
Vivek Ramaswamy was born on August 9, 1985, in Cincinnati, Ohio, to Indian immigrant parents. He excelled academically, earning a degree in biology from Harvard and a JD from Yale Law School. In 2014, Ramaswamy founded Roivant Sciences, a biotech company that became renowned for reviving shelved drug projects. He later authored bestsellers like Woke, critiquing the intersection of business and politics. A proponent of meritocracy and free markets, Ramaswamy has positioned himself as a challenger to political norms, launching his 2024 presidential bid with a focus on anti-woke capitalism and reclaiming national identity.
I'm Vivek Ramaswamy. I'm a successful entrepreneur, and I'm running for president of the United States. We're in the middle of a national identity crisis. Faith, patriotism, and hard work have disappeared. Wokeness, gender ideology, and the climate cult have taken their place. We spend so much time celebrating our diversity that we forget the values that bind us together.
He's more polite than Trump, certainly, more measured in his speech, less rough and provocative, although also less witty. I would hazard a guess as well that he is less compassionate and people-centered than both Trump and Musk. Ramaswamy tends to stay in the realm of ideas and is clearly motivated on the political side primarily by intellectual curiosity, as well as the desire to see things done better.
Known for his articulate and optimistic demeanor, Ramaswamy has quickly risen as a prominent voice reshaping the political and cultural landscape.
He appears low in neuroticism and is highly stress-tolerant, as those are the same thing. Unlikely to withdraw, like Trump, less depressive than Musk or Kennedy, but also less volatile than Trump, quite stable temperamentally on the emotional side. That's a good feature in a crisis.
You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black. Oh, and I agreed with many, many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president, but I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian.
I suspect he is high in conscientiousness as well, particularly on the side of industriousness, which is half that trait, the other half being orderliness. Ramaswamy is very successful for a comparatively young man, and he has done that in consequence of his own efforts. This is not a fate that befalls people who fail to work dreadfully hard.
But what cautions does Dr. Jordan Peterson offer regarding Vivek Ramaswamy?
Cautions with regard to Vivek? Mostly to do with his youth. Mr. Ramaswamy is accustomed to being the smartest person in the room and, perhaps, the most successful. This gives him a certain brashness. When I watched him in the first round of the Republican primaries, for example, he was the candidate who received the most positive responses from the audience.
I want to go back, though, to Nikki Haley's comment from earlier that she is somehow not responding to the will of these donors. Nikki, you were bankrupt when you left the UN. After you left the UN, you became a military contractor. You actually started joining service on the board of Boeing, whose back you scratched for a very long time.
As well as the most negative. The same was true, arguably, of his compatriots on the stage. I thought he risked, in his provocative but undeniably interesting approach, some unnecessary enmity from those same people. And it is not clear to me that this was a good long-term strategy, given the high possibility of sharing a bed with at least some of them, metaphorically speaking, in the future.
And then gave foreign multinational speeches like Hillary Clinton is, and now you're a multimillionaire. That math does not add up. It adds up to the fact that you are corrupt.
More moderate and careful in his criticism of his fellow Republicans, but also more measured overall in his utterances. This is a sign of someone humble enough to learn despite his confidence, and that is a good thing. He is, above all, like Musk, Kennedy, and Gabbard, cognitively gifted, and that is also a good thing. Complex jobs require highly intelligent people to manage them. This is true of any job where the demands constantly shift, and governance at the highest level certainly qualifies. His intelligence showed most particularly in his ability to bring a genuine intellectual excitement to the Republican stage, in addition to accounting for his preternatural early business success. If Ramaswamy went bad, became disillusioned, resentful, angry, it might be in the narcissistic direction, like Trump, like so many in the political entertainment and media realm.
Come on, let's go. Get up here, Vivek. What a mouthpiece on him, oh boy. He's like a machine gun. Come on up here, Vivek. All right, now he's a great guy, great future. Please.
I want you to give it up for the greatest president of the 21st century standing right here, Donald J. Trump.
But the fact that he is part of this team of high performers means, number one, that he will be required in the best possible way to watch his words and actions, and number two, that he will be surrounded by the kind of wise counsel that can help him mature into a person even more remarkable than he is now. His youth might be regarded as a hindrance insofar as he is less experienced than he might be, even arguably somewhat overconfident. But it is also a marked advantage in that Vivek is not living in 1995 or even 2005 and is very much part of the online digital generation during the most rapid time of technological transformation in human history.
Do you agree with Jordan Peterson's psychoanalysis?
This morning, new indications that the team assembled by President-elect Trump is ready to shake up Washington.
We expect certain agencies to be deleted outright.
VivekGRamaswamy, heading up Trump's Department of Government Efficiency with Elon Musk, suggests they plan to delete entire federal agencies.
We expect mass reductions in force in areas of the federal government that are bloated.
What are your thoughts on Ramaswamy's approach to leadership and reform? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching.